I'm not from this country or whatever. I don't know. I'm not from here. But I'm trying to get my citizenship, and I started filling out the application, and there's just 4 pages of intense questions. They're like, have you ever been a part of the Communist Party? Have you ever been a part of an insurgency? Have you ever been a part of a militia group? And I'm just like, way to make me feel super fucking lazy. Like, I'm only 25, like, give me some fucking time. I gotta build trust. Let me in first. Let me in first. Don't care about me. Don't care about me. I'm not saying that, like, all white people look alike, but y'all are fucking trying, you know? The last time I came to Portland, I went to a pizza place, and I watched 7 dudes walk in with beards, black jean jackets, greasy long hair, all black outfits, and then they all sat together at the same fucking table. That means that they all got dressed, met up, and were like, yeah, we look fucking good. Let's go for this grungy Stepford Wives band look. Go see the world. I don't get it. Explain it to me after the show, please. Speaking of white dudes, I grew up watching a lot of old westerns. My mom loves old westerns. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, probably like a million fucking times. And we were watching Clint Eastwood speak, and I turned to her and I'm like, Mom, you know Clint Eastwood is a Republican. And she's like, no. He's a cowboy. It's like, is that how he gets away with everything? Is that how, can I use that? Fucking cowboys. I get catcalled a lot, which I get it. I mean, fuck, look at it. But I just wish that, like, it was a little bit more romantic, you know? Like, if you're gonna catcall me, write me a letter. Spritz it with some rose water. Put it in an envelope. Turn it into a tiny little airplane. Throw it at me. I catch it. Oh, what whimsy! I open it up. It's like, hey girl in the black. I know you hear me. Fine, be a bitch then. Stop it. Don't drive away, I love you. Be with me. Oh my God, I've been waiting for you for so long. But no romance, no romance. I'm in an interracial relationship, and I would say that the hardest part is explaining to my partner the different kinds of braids that black women have. He's a very knowledgeable person, but we were doing long distance once, and our close friend got box braids, and I was like, oh, what kind of braids did you get? And he was like, just like a braid, you know? And I was like, one long braid? It's like, no, there's a series of them. Like, no one's ever described braids like that. You are obviously white. I love you though. I love you. Little white boys. My mom, I told her about us, and she was like, you just love those white men. I was like, no, I don't. Just love people. Speaking of my mom, I finally told her that I do stand-up comedy, and she was like, tell me a joke, tell me a joke. So I told her one of my oldest jokes, or an older joke, and it goes like this. So one day, I was waiting for the bus, and I got on the bus, and I noticed that the only seat available was at the front of the bus. And I sat down, this overwhelming feeling of black power and black pride came over me. And I was like, you know what? I'm never sitting at the back of the bus again. And then we roll up to the next stop, and there's this old white woman with crutches. And she starts to get on, and I think to myself, you know what? You've had your time. I start singing, we shall. No one joined in. What's up, y'all? So I tell her that joke that maybe takes like a minute to tell, and she's like, I have to tell your brother, I have to call your brother, let me tell him. And so she calls him up, and it takes her 20 minutes to tell this joke. And by the end of it, she's like, and that white woman tried to get in her chair, and she said, "No, white woman, this is my seat!" It's like, I didn't fucking say that. Way to have a better ending than me, though. Thing. Stick to your cowboys. All right, thank you guys so much.
One more time for Khadija Assad! It's weird. I booked them. We were at an open mic in Lakewood, and I was like, "Hey, where are y'all from?" Because I knew Anthony, and they was like, "Oh, we're rolling together." I was like, "Well, you guys want to be on the show together?" Like, yeah, we want to be on. And that's the first time I've seen her stand up. So, golly, you are dope. Like, you woman. This shit is live, Mom. If you watching this shit, she is killing it right now. What kind of battery do you have on this tablet? Because this shit has been recording for like 3 hours. It's got previews and all type of shit. You gonna see the credits rolling at the end of this motherfucker? I mean, damn. Keep this thing moving. The next comedian comes to say, also from Olympia. Please put your hands together for Nate. Whoa!
Oh, here we go. I can get him on TikTok. I'm clearly good with tools, y'all. Look at this disposition. Very handsy and crafty. Only if it involves yarn, wood, or synthesizers, pretty much. Staying on course. This is a fucking cool place, y'all. I have never been to a weed club before. I love that this was someone's like end game goal, like making this room. They like sat it up there like, I want it to be like part the bar from Cheers and then part my Kung Fu dojo. And everybody is smoking weed. What else will we have? I want a wooden statue of Barbarella, only as a brunette behind the stage. Don't ask me, I love the Jetsons. Don't ask me to explain it. I don't, the mid-century painting, I don't know if that shows class. Their antics do not show class if you follow the medieval, I don't know. Right, rifting gone bad. Recenter, Nate. You're in Portland. This is important. I feel like this is like a fucking wine bar. It's like updated. And there's no jazz music, just the rip roars of dabs. I can't drink wine, I'm fucking allergic to it. It makes me break out in hives. It does suck. I feel like I really relate to like shitty wine. I'd save a lot of money. It's like we both think that 2014 was a vintage year. And I could just roll off that for a long time. Has anybody ever been to Olympia from here? Anybody? Alright, yeah, so you fucking get it. You're like if you ever been to Olympia, it's where like people that live in Portland go to learn how to longboard and do DMT that one time. Yeah, pretty much. And then like they're like learn how to play synthesizer long enough for them to think they can form a collective of artists, and then they learn how to make artisanal sauerkraut, and they live in a house of like 3 people and like 10 dirty dogs. And then they move here to do the exact same thing, only this time around it's like they live in a house of like 6 people and only 2 dirty dogs. And that they think their band collective can form a fucking studio, because we know that that's really profitable in 2016. Live on, chimney sweeps, live on. I assume that that's what like all band members that I meet in Portland just do in their free time, just chimney sweep. I don't know why. It's probably just the Mumford & Sons attire. Fucking the Olympics are on right now, the opening ceremony, that fucking surreal sensation of events that we just incurred. It was fucking psychotic and beautiful, and I loved it. It was mesmerizing to a point. I love the opening ceremony, or the parade of athletes, because it's just like the world's finest hard bodies all pressed into one mass moving on forward. And like, you know, the second they're done, they're done with the walk, they just fucking open up Tinder fucking immediately. Immediately. Tinder is fucking maxed out in Rio de Janeiro right now. And I say we maximize that, alright? Let's fucking capitalize on this moment. I think it's time for them to take like 8 to 9 different people from different countries, all different athletes, put them in a place to live together, and it's time to stop being fake and start getting real Rio de Janeiro. Who would not watch that? Oh my God, they're young, they make mistakes, they wanna hook up, but they gotta go for the gold. Shit sells itself. There's an open bar, by the way, at all times. Open bar at all times. They don't even need to record it, they're so excited they all selfie stick the whole thing. They save money on production. There's so much, I feel like the Olympics, like, I mean, yeah, it's a geopolitical atrocity, and it's pretty much forced off the quite sense of nationalism for only rich countries. But that aside, what a delight! I feel like there's a few things that we could do to like modernize it, like bring it into the 21st century, get that modern ratings bump. NBC knows what I'm talking about. I got some ideas that we can bring the Olympics into the modern times. First thing I was thinking of, make LARPing an Olympic sport. Yeah, live action role playing. Every single country's, you bring your mythologies to the table. What? I'm a fucking Chinese troll that wields a Halliburton. All right, let's roll a D20 on this. We don't speak the same language, and that's gonna determine who gets the gold. That shit is amazing, y'all. Something to behold. Do they have a dragon? I don't really know. It's just made of paper mache. For the gold. My favorite event is gymnastics, 100% of the time. It's truly amazing. I feel like there's some of the best athletes there. But I hate that they make them wear the most hip-hugging, like tightest, creepy outfits in this history of humanity. And I feel like a lot of them are like 16-year-olds anyways, men and women alike. And I say we need to reinforce this, get some costume updates, make them wear footy pajamas. Oh, every single country, different footy pajamas. Can you be a bird? Please be a bird from that country. Oh, American Eagles twirling and swirling on the open mat routine. Think about it with the baton. It twirls, it lassos, it has a ribbon tied to it. I don't know how that's a sport. Make it matter more. I feel like whoever gets the most medals should just get to run the UN. You get to elect the UN president? Is that the office? I have no idea. I'm dumb as fuck. I took a test beforehand. You know what's up. Like, yeah, you just get to elect the UN president. Why not? It's about the same amount would get done. Just baseless authorities. It'd be funny that because the shit talk could just be like, yeah, well, when we're done with this, I'm gonna sanction the shit out of you. Yeah, keep you real quiet, Russia. That's enough with that. We're done with the Olympics. It sucks and we all know it. I date Khadijah. I'm the white person. They were geometric columns. All right, that's what I thought the braids were. I don't know how to describe my fucking hair. Like bebop bowl cut. I have no idea what's going on with clothing and hair or anything at all. My clothing choice is pretty much just like, would it pass as a kaleidoscope? Dope. I do enjoy dating Khadijah. She's my favorite, and I'm not just soaking up to her. There are some things that come up though, some culture clashes, if you will. She's a vegetarian Muslim woman, and I'm a fucking birth mullet that went hunting growing up. So there's some problems that come up, y'all. There's some things that come up, because I like to eat the big P word, yeah, the pig. Oh, there is nothing more offensive you can do to a vegetarian Muslim than do a just pig inches from their face. Oh, she won't even fucking look at me, y'all. She can't make eye contact, she's just like, fucking, get a wet nap. Like your face is glistening with murder. Fucking wash yourself. It's disgusting. And like, I support, and that shows a lot, you know, that shows a lot about her faith, her commitment to it, and I support that, but like, I'm a fucking atheist, so I oblige, and I go and wash my hands and I brush my teeth. But I've noticed this, every single time I do that, she's totally down to make out and do all the fun touching. Yeah. Which I feel like says a lot more about her faith in toothpaste than it does her faith in the religion, which in my mind as an atheist is like, oh shit, science wins again. I've been trying to educate myself a little bit more lately. I feel like it's the appropriate thing to do with these times, trying to read some black feminist literature. Because it's, I don't know, I'm from Mankato, Minnesota, which literally like, every single dude in my family has a mustache and a fucking mullet, and we all played hockey, so like, socioeconomics didn't really come up while we were fucking eating corn on the cob every single night and starting sauerkraut in our fucking mouths. Like, diversity didn't really ever come up while we were falling through the ice, is what I'm saying, like, didn't fucking happen. So I'm trying to educate myself now. I feel like it's pretty important, and you're probably like, yeah, duh, you date a fucking black woman. What took you so long? And it's like, I'm not doing it because I date a black woman. I'm doing it because I want to keep dating a black woman. You know what I mean? There's a fucking difference, and it's important. I have been trying to read some feminist literature and educate myself, but I feel like there's a lot of people that like, once they educate themselves, they disassociate themselves from their past, as if that shit didn't happen at all. As if you're not one and the exact same person. And what I'm trying to say is that like, you can't really regress, or like, you can't really move past that. You're all just the same person, just part of the journey that where you are now. And what I'm really getting at is that no matter how much literature, no matter how fucking woke or whatever I get, I'm still gonna be that dude between 11 and 14 that referred to everything they liked as the tits.